Well, folks wanted to know. They wanted to know, and what better way to let them know than a nasty old piece of a memoir? Worthy. That's the title you use, right, Jada? Worthy. Are you? Hmm, we'll see.
Let me up in this gig.
Well. Looks like our girl got everybody's attention again. Miss Jada. She's up from her table and she's touring and well, I call it touring. She's on a tour. She's talking about her book, Worthy. It was released on the 17th, October 17th, 2023. Um, I got a couple questions. I got a couple questions. For me to pull up the spill your guts space. I got some questions. I got some things I don't know. I'm just really not sure. But let's start here. Did you get really pissed off? What pissed you off enough to go here? And why now? Why now? Why now? We went to the red table. We going to tell our business on the red table, right? And you let everybody in, and everybody has so much to say. And you all, as a family, were under such scrutiny. Oh, Will's so terrible. He did this. Oh, Jada's so terrible. Oh, how could she take him through this? Everybody's loved Jada since she was a teenager or a young woman playing Lena. She's playing Lena on A Different World. Everybody loved Jada. She was the quintessential Banji girl. Everybody loved her. She's sassy, she's real cute, and all those things. And we never could really. Yeah, Lena was Jada. You know, for all intents and purposes, Lena was Jada. The whole thing with her and Tupac being besties, and there's always been questions of, do these besties really like each other? Um, that's always been a question with them. I'm in love, I'm in love with my best friend. That was always the question, but they say no, 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 no. Now that you're on tour with this memoir, now all of a sudden you're saying that he's your soulmate. He was your soulmate. It's always for me, a convoluted mess as pertains to Will and Jada. Will and whatever reason they were able to do it. Everybody loved Will. Will was America's boy. Jada was, she's the black girl. Everybody loved that black girl. She's cool. And then together, power couple. Kind of hard to put that together, where a bunch of people love you and a bunch of people love him. You know, y'all were goals. The more people found out, it's like, maybe they aren't. Then you had the children, and people love the children, and the children are talented as well. Because how often do actual talented people marry one another, and then their children are talented as well? Both children, both children. They walking in y'all footsteps. Willow's into the music business and acting. Jaden's into the music business, and he does some music too. But here's the thing. I always liked Will and Jada. Always did. Always did. Liked them. Never really could get behind all the bad stories and the bad stuff that would be talked about. But I kind of would sit back and I would watch this last little piece right here. This piece. This piece has put me in a place where I actually really don't care. I really don't care. And I'm going to tell you why. Because as much as I like Will and I like Jada, I like their work ethic. I like the work they put down. I mean, all the way down. I like Will's music. Will has some bops. You know, I like Jada's music, but y'all know I love all kind of music. I like Willow's style. You know, whipping hair back and forth. And now, wait a minute. I think I left my consciousness in a sixth dimension. I'm here for it. I'm here for all that. Jaden, oh man, you know. But here's the thing: as a family and the kids, I'm not going to blame. Let's take Willow and Jaden out of this altogether. Let's take Willow and Jaden out of this because they're children. Still, to me, I'm grown. I'm in my 50s, so they're children. And I feel like they've been dragged into this. This is the mama and the daddy did this. Let me tell you my true feelings on what I think Will and Jada have done to us as a viewing public. I feel like they've played in our face. I feel as though they took a gamble and they won and lost in the gamble all at the same time, but more so a win than a loss. Let me explain. Let me explain. I think everything that they've done up to this point has been a bit of it's a gamble. I think everything was done very purposefully. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to live. We're going to live out loud. We're going to live out loud. We're going to play back and forth. We're going to play back and forth. We're going to show ourselves. We're going to show up as real. Because everybody knows the cliche marriage is hard. Marriage is hard. So this we're gonna show. We're gonna show us moving about through this marriage and showing the difficulties of marriage, the sanctity of marriage. Um, as we're gonna show up as a loving, beautiful family who loves each other, and no matter what or how hard it gets, we're gonna show that we are one solid family unit. All while playing on sympathy and getting payola. See, because there's times when folks are a little mad at Will over things they're thinking that Will is doing to Jada. And then there's times when folks are mad at Jada when they think that she's misusing Will. And people will just love Willow and Jaden because they're the children of these people who are trying to keep faith and they're trying to, you know, shelter and trying to protect them as much as they can, because all of Willow and Jaden's life, as far as the viewing public, it always seems like they always fall up underneath unnecessary scrutiny that is actually brought on by the parents. So of course we will love them because everybody loves the underdog and the children. So that's always going to work. And then they're talented, so they're actually in the thing. So whatever projects they're doing, that sympathy is going to play in. They're going to be favored. They're going to be favored, and people will always favor Jaden and Willow because all their lives they've been under this unnecessary scrutiny. And if you ever really watch, we don't lay too far and too long into being mad at Jada about something she did to Will, and we don't linger too long on something that Will supposedly did to Jada. Because look at 'em. Look, they always seem to patch it up. They always seem to come back together. Oh, and look, let's go pull Jada's mother in. We'll pull her in. And look, even grandma is living open and living real and out loud. So this is just kind of how it feels to me now that we're out here and we're finding out all these different things. See, a memoir could change the trajectory of everything. When you really start telling stuff, then you really open up Pandora's box to the public, that court of public opinion. And opening up that box made me open up my eyes. I don't know about anybody else, but I opened up my eyes, and some things that I've been kind of just brushing over and saying, not going to get into it too much. You know, well, that's pretty pretty unfortunate. Was it? Was it unfortunate, or were y'all actually playing in our face this whole time? You done messed around and told us that literally you and Will have actually been separated. Like, literally separated since what, 2016? Y'all been living separate lives, which that's y'all's business, but that ain't what you presented. You continue presenting yourself as a couple who was still working under the sanctity of marriage and fighting and keeping everything together. Y'all ain't kept shit together. Everything has been apart. This whole thing about, and I'm gonna go right back to the big one, the whole thing about the entanglement with August Alsina. There was so much around that. How could she? How could she do that to Will? Oh, how could she embarrass Will this way? When in all actuality, Jada ain't embarrassed Will at all. They were living their best life. They was living their best life. In the public, you was married to Will Smith, the movie star, the music star, America's favorite. And on the side, you was laying up with a hot boy. You laying up with a hot boy. And we're all saying, wow, like, how's that? Man, that was going on right up underneath Will's nose. Was it? It wasn't going on up underneath his nose. In all actuality, there never was an entanglement. That was a joke. We made that up. And you just danced it through. Because if things are like you say and they are that y'all been separated, Will knew about August. You weren't, disrespecting Will. Will was on board. He knew what was going on. So you were actually dating August Elsina. You weren't in no entanglement. It wasn't even that deep. You were dating him. You and Will are not, y'all are married on paper, but y'all actually are good Judies. Huh? You and Will was good Judies. So the whole entanglement thing was a joke. That was a joke. That was another. Can you see the forest through the trees? No, you can't because it's all smoke and mirrors. Y'all wasn't together. It ain't been together. August was actually y'all's husband-in-law. He was your husband-in-law. And who actually got hurt was August. Because once you and August broke up, he ain't even got no recourse. Speaking up, he looked like a damn fool. He looked like a damn fool. And people tore his ass up because they felt like, how dare you, young man, go in there and try to ruin what they got going on, when meanwhile they really didn't have nothing going on. They was just good Judies. They're best friends is what they are. They're best friends that at some point that start getting on each other's nerves. Who else out there got a best friend that they ain't never got on each other's nerves? All best friends at some point get on each other's nerves. And that's all that's going on with Will and Jada. They ain't got on each other's nerves. That's why I said, why now? Why now? Now your best friend getting on your nerves, mad day that come, and now you want to spray something? But you can't spray your best friend without spraying yourself. You don't know the rules of engagement, girlfriend? If you spray your Judy, you spray yourself. See, that's the thing about best friends. When you close, the closer you are, the more you share, the more your entanglement is with Will. And an entanglement is different than a marriage. Friends can have an entanglement. A married couple don't have no entanglement. The best they could do is have an arrangement, but not an entanglement. I feel like Will and Jada have been disingenuous with us. I feel like they have worked us and played in our face. I mean, and that's like that saying itself is becoming cliche, playing in my face, but it's just so fitting for some things because they were playing with us right in plain sight. Right in plain sight. This whole thing with Chris Rock. Are you kidding me? You come out here talking about he asked you on a date in 2022 and that, you know, some of his jokes did hurt you. I've been hurt by him a few times in the past. Basically, now I'm trying to figure out, were the jokes actually innocent or were they actual digs? Chris, were you a victim? Were you really a victim? Or were you being handled the way that you kind of should have been handled in the type of situation that it was? Because it really ain't about a husband and a wife and you disrespecting the wife. See, it's a little bit different because they Judies. They're Judies. One of the Judies could fight and the other Judy don't fight. And you picked on the Judy that don't fight, and the other Judy with the bigger feet smacked the shit out of you. But that ain't how it came across. It was something different. But who knew that literally she curbed you? She curbed you. You had asked her on a date, and then in 2022, you basically, you know how guys do when you curb them, then all of a sudden they might actually call you a black bitch right after you turn them down. Is that what you did, Chris? Did you start making jokes about Miss Jada after she curbed you and you made her a part of your act? And that was just your slick way of getting back at her for her curbing you. So you go out amongst the world and call her a bunch of bald head bitches. Is that what you was doing, Chris? And then at one point, her Judy got mad and slapped your face. Is that what happened? See, I got a Judy too. I got a Judy. Only difference is I ain't never laid up with mine. We're actual friends. We're brothers, like for real, brothers. That BROTHAS brothers. We that kind of brothers, brothers with different mothers. And you know, my Judy don't take too kindly to people calling me names, and my Judy will smack the shit out of you too. You know, I hold my Judy at bay a lot because my Judy don't play that shit. And disrespecting me in my face, nah. I don't think my Judy will sit on his hands too good with that. And it seems to me like that might be the same thing that Will Smith did to you. You was disrespecting his Judy, and then you decided to do it on a stage, and you caught him on the wrong day, and he was having a moment. And that little twinkle of a bitch came up out of Will's ass, and he went up there and he smacked your goddamn face. And then Jada said that told her, I didn't mean you any harm. And they haven't spoken since that. And now he's, because again, now it's all coming out. He said he don't want no problems. And she says she don't want no problems with anything. She just wants everything to clear up and just wants peace. Yeah, y'all want us to shut up now. Y'all want us to shut up now because everybody is looking a bit guilty. Everybody's looking a bit guilty of playing in our faces when ain't nothing been what it seemed. Now, this is just my take on things. That's why I'm over here to spill your guts. These are based on my feelings. My feelings. That's all. This ain't even about allegedly this and allegedly that. No, this is just my feelings about what has transpired and what I have seen and the emotional roller coaster that you all have taken me on while I was minding my business while minding your business. And that ain't nobody's fault but my own. I voluntarily went on the roller coaster with you. And I'll say this. I still love me some August Alsina. Still do. I still love my Will and I still love my Jada. And I still am fond of my old Chris Rock. But in the grand scheme of things, I ain't got no sympathy for none of the four of y'all. No sympathy for none of the four of y'all. The sympathy I used to have for Willow and Jaden, I can't take it totally away because I still say unnecessary scrutiny. They are the children. They had no say really in this. They were dragged into this, but all of it, every last person has benefit. Well, in that family unit, Jada, Willow, and Jaden have all benefited off of this game that's been played because it was all a gamble. Y'all gambled. We could have, as a people, hated all of you, but we didn't. We didn't. We felt sorry for Willow and Jaden, and we've been pissed off with Jada at points and pissed off with Will at points when all along you all have been maneuvering us and y'all been coming out with projects and doing real strategic placement of stuff and just working our feelings back and forth like we was all sitting on an easel and y'all been sympathy and pale this whole time and I think we just used to y'all. So y'all gonna continue to make money. But as far as the gamble, I think y'all just crapped out. I think y'all just crapped out. Anyway, I still love y'all though. And it's cool. And I basically have said what I had to say. I spilled my guts, being as though you decided to spill your guts. Listen, I'll see y'all later. Mm, mm, mm.
Lord have mercy. Got to be more careful. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. I'm gonna talk to y'all later.